Okay, so we got some splaining to do. Some things to talk about. Let's see what we can do tonight. Hello. So, yeah, different header for tonight, showing episode, what was that? Episode 7? Episode 7, which I was supposed to do a live stream commentary last Wednesday for that, and wasn't able to because my internet basically crashed. It just wasn't allowing me to live stream, period. So it didn't get done, so I ended up releasing episode 7 on the YouTube page anyway last week, and so far people watched it. Like, I think it's one of the best episodes so far. Yeah, leave something in the chat. Leave a link in the chat to the YouTube page, the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page if you want. It's basically the latest video that I've uploaded, just called episode 7, season 2, Spider Hunt. And what I'm going to do tonight, we're going to do a little bit of editing, because as you can see, I'm working on episode 8 right here. And I basically got a rough, from editing, I got a rough take of like the audio, all the voiceovers, and I've been kind of adapting them to what video I've been editing. And so there's just a few bit of video clips that I have to edit, and then there'll be lots of special effects for this, because there's some mighty interesting fight scenes in this episode, and so it's going to take some time to layer in all those effects. So we'll be doing a lot of those effects next week, but tonight we are just going to do what I was wanting to do last week. We're going to watch episode 7. Like I said, I just hope anybody who's watching has already seen episode 7, so I'm not going to do what I usually do, play it twice, play it once, you know, without me talking, and then play it with me talking. I'm just going to play it, and I'm going to have my wonderful melodious voice in the background talking about the episode, and then we'll move on to a little bit of editing, and then we'll call it a night. Yeah, so pretty quick night tonight. And the next week we'll be working on more special effects for this episode 8. We're drawing to a close on season 2. Thank goodness. Season 2 should have been complete. The goal was to have it complete by the end of last year. So that way my focus would be on season 3 this year and getting it out by the end of this year. We're a little behind. Oh well. Anyway, so before we get started, I am going to talk about the cast. I'm going to name the cast list. I usually do this before a commentary on an episode, just to give kudos and credit to all the voice actors who voice these characters within these episodes. So let's talk about them. Here, we're going to lower the music just a little bit more. I'm sure my voice is fine. I'm sure my voice can be heard just fine. And hopefully the internet stays strong. Here we go. Okay, so episode 7, season 2 cast list is James Henderson, voiced by Corey Wong, Lieutenant Daniel Taylor, Joseph Ranieri, Charlie Tooth, aka Toothpick, Tyler Fine, Harold Gimp, Dean Klaus, Kelda the Kyrie Warrior, Rachel Averin, Johnny Shotgun Sullivan, Mr. Mark Pierce, Mariko, voiced by Shaylin Franchini, and Sujoa, who is a big dragonfly monster, voiced by my son, who at the time he did those particular voiceovers, he was, I think, less than 6 months old. Now he's like a year and a half. But my son, Jose Wilkie, his character for this dragonfly monster is his voice. You can't tell it's his voice, but it is. So that is the cast list for this episode. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to get started with this, and we're going to start doing a commentary. So I'm going to turn off the music. Okay, we're turning off the music. And here, hold on. Gotta adjust OBS, make sure that's doing what it should do. Okay, so I'm going to turn off this And then we should be able to hear... Here, hold on. Okay, I'll turn this up again. There we are. There, now I'll hear myself. I'll hear myself in a little delay. But you won't hear me. Okay, so let's get started. And I believe it's this one. So here we go. This is episode 7, season 2 of Tales of Valhalla, called Spider Hunt. And it's a fun one, so let's get started. Okay, so we're starting basically where we left off the last episode, in the jungle, Takala jungle.
Break time, guys. Kilda went ahead to get Toothpick and Mariko. We will rest for a half hour before continuing. Looks like we're about a few miles from the northern coast of this region.
You heard the man, Gimp. Break out the rations while we have a chance to eat something.
Miles.
Can't keep my
Hunting
boots
for
clean,
this
can't keep my
elemental
hands
that I'm
clean.
looking for.
Even the food rations are messy. This whole jungle's a swampy mess. I'll be glad when we find this thing and get out of here.
What did you say, Gimp?
The jungle.
Oh, nothing.
Swamp.
I just said, here's your ration, sir.
Why, thank you. This is an odd taste. Did we get a new shipment of rations with a different flavor?
Yeah, it's called swamp flavor.
My attempt at jokes.
Interesting. I like it.
Here comes Henderson, fashionably late.
Ow. Hey guys, are we stopping?
Just for a half hour, Henderson.
Now we're
Glad you could join us.
Conflict
If it
within
weren't
the
for your
team.
feet finding every vine to trip over for the past 20 miles, we would have already found the elemental and on our way to find
I just
another.
wanted to create some
What
type
am I
of
gonna do with you,
tension
Henderson?
Between
I don't know,
these
sir.
four
Maybe you should just
soldiers
shoot
to
me,
show that, you know,
put
they are
me
perfect.
out of my misery.
What
They're gonna
did
have their
you
fights, their
say?
arguments,
Just leave me
their
alone.
disagreements, and,
I'm trying to do my best. Just leave me alone for once in your life.
The overall theme
I'm
is to,
telling you,
know,
Miss Mariko, I can
come back
sense the
together and
elemental. 2
press on towards
miles
that common
ahead.
goal.
You have been saying that for the past 15 miles.
What just happened?
What did we miss?
Things are messy.
Very messy.
Whatever.
Forget it.
But if
I
it
don't
didn't
know what
fight,
just
then they wouldn't
happened, but
be able to
now
see the
is not the
spiders
time
for
for
the next few
this.
seconds.
We should be getting close to finding the elemental.
And the closer we get,
Kelda
the more
doing her
likely
best
we
to
will
be the
encounter an
leader.
enemy trap.
Sure, like where we are standing right now in a little clearing surrounded by
Now,
cover
when you
on
see
all
these spiders
sides
rush
for
on
an
our
enemy to
heroes
use.
in the next
Hey!
minute or so.
You're right, Gimp.
If you
It's
actually
almost
stop
like
the frame,
somebody wrote our situation
you
in a
won't
radio show or a book or
find
something.
any more than
Toothpick?
6 spiders at a time. in the
What are
frame,
you talking about?
because
Start making
I only
sense,
have 6
please.
spider
Okay.
miniatures, but I make it
No.
look like
Wait,
there are way more than 6.
no.
And I do that. It's just all practical. There's no
Nope.
digital effects. There's no
Poop,
masking.
I lost it.
It's,
No
It's
kidding.
just
Uh-oh.
the spiders who they are.
Miss
Just-
Mariko, we have to go.
As soon as a spider
right
gets
now.
out of frame, then I put it back in to
Where?
Turok is here.
the starting point, basically, to make it look like it's just an endless stream of spiders,
And
but
he's
it's
got-
actually just the
He's
same
hunting
6.
the elemental.
How do you know Korok is here?
Guys?
What?
We got company! Oh, jeez. Oh,
Here they come. Really good screeching sound effect. Got that for free. It's actually a
Take out that eight-legged freak.
horror scream sound effect, and I just altered the audio of it. Perfect.
Oh, good. Burn them! Burn, spider.
Somebody get hit the moon. Get take
Spider
that.
up in the tree!
Like this,
The
spider.
spiders up in the tree.
Take that, you eight-legged.
I I wanted to do something different.
What are you?
Just shoot spiders on the ground. A couple of them in the tree, shooting them off the tree, just adding a bit more depth.
Burn them to the ground.
And shoot. And he soars, and the crowd goes wild.
And something bigger coming. And so that sound, that initial screeching sound, that is my son's
That
voiceover.
sounds like something big.
And there are probably
very
more spiders
heavily
around.
This is keeping us from finding my friend, Air's friend.
Tupik is right. This could be a diversion to keep us from reaching the prime water elemental.
We need a plan,
Coming
Kelda.
up, this
Okay.
shot, that's like a
Toothpick,
pan.
Mariko, you two find that prime
Shot.
elemental. The rest of us will stay here and get rid
It's
of these
basically panning
pests.
with characters.
We will catch up to you
I
when
had
we are
envisioned this
finished.
shot. This is one of the first shots I actually envisioned when I was
Let's
writing the
lock and
script.
load then.
Let's go, Toothpick.
There it goes.
Henderson, give them cover.
I don't do those type of shots very often, but just do them enough to where it surprises you every time you see them. Climax. And that's that. Alright, let's get some music back on here. Hold on. Okay, get the desktop audio on, get this music rolling again. There. Okay, so yep, there you go, solid episode. When I was initially testing it, I was screening it on a new TV that we got, you know, fairly nice size screen, and it looked really good. So, if any of you all have a big screen you can watch these episodes on, please do, because visually, they just, at least as far as episode 7 goes, it just looks good on the big screen. So, that is that. So, provide a little commentary to that. Let's start editing this a little bit. But before I do, I wanted to, well, I suppose I'll just talk about this. Here, hold on. Give me a moment. I want to, like, one of these days, I'm going to address, like, a lot of comments, because we're getting comments from people. And, wanted to talk about that. Here, hold on. I gotta find them. There's one particular comment that just, like, okay, everybody's free to comment, everybody's free to say what they want to say, and I got generally very thick skin. But there was just something that I'm just like, I wanted to address. So, and it was for season 2, episode 6, in the jungle. And here's what it says. It's from Owlman166, and I will say, like, I understand. I actually appreciate. Before I say anything, I appreciate the comment, because you can tell, positive or negative, this is someone who cares, you know, about it. Otherwise, they wouldn't comment on this and you know, try to improve things. So I just want to read what he says. So it says, "While I congratulate you on all the cool effects, last season's dialogue and action was so much better. In my opinion, it feels like lazy writing for the most part, and very rushed. Needs much more action. Hopefully you have some more sequences planned, but man, this series is really boring so far." So I'm only going to rant about one thing, and then we're going to talk through the other things. Okay. Boring. Boring. Boring? We start season 2 with a freaking dragon blowing up a wall, a Helm's Deep wall, and this is boring. The first, like, 5 minutes of this season is 4 armies of over 100 figures tearing into each other, and this season is boring. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, in season 1, I'll talk about season 1 later, but season 1, basically in a nutshell, had 2 fight scenes. 3 if you count Niguk-Sa slicing into his own Mara warriors. But that was it. It's like you had Airborne Elite against the Dumatov Guard, and you had the Airborne Elite against the Mara warriors, which expanded in 2 episodes, because it was like round 1 where it's just them against the Mara warriors, and then Raylan joined in the next episode. That's it. In season 2, we had opening, and I did this on purpose. I wanted to make sure there was some type of action in almost every episode in these seasons. So we start off with, in season 2, episode 1, the first 5 minutes are 2 battle scenes involving literally hundreds of miniatures. So that overcompasses just everything I did in season 1. There's more action right there. And then, yeah, albeit they're not lengthy fight scenes, but there's nearly little fight scenes in every single episode. So we got episode 1, then episode 2, we have a fight scene against the Airborne Elite, against and Orcs, which expands into episode 3, which is Airborne Elite, Orcs, and Kurok the Elementalist. And then the following episode we have, which is episode 4. We're in Jandar's cave for a while, and that is a lot of dialogue, but we're talking about the plot here. And I tried to go through that as fast as I could. But at the end of the episode, we have Raylan facing off against the Mara teleporter. So there you go. 4. And then the next episode, we have Kurok facing off against a fire elemental. 5. And then episode 6, we have again, these are quick sequences, but they are fight scenes. They are action sequences. 6, we have Torin slapping in to Kurok and nearly it would have killed him if he didn't have the fire elemental. So there you go. 6 fight scenes. What did I say season 1 had? 2. So we're not even done with the season yet, and including with now the spider fight scene, we have 7 fight scenes, and this is boring. Okay. And so, rant over. That's all I wanted to say. Now let's go through this comment a second. Okay, so while I congratulate on the cool effects, thank you very much. I tried and worked very hard on those. Last season's dialogue and action was so much better. Well, I appreciate that, because I feel like when I wrote season 1, because writing season 2 and 3, well, season 1 was like 30 pages. Season 2 and 3 together is about 150 pages of script. And I took a lot more time with season 2 and 3. I took nearly like 6 to 9 months writing seasons 2 and 3 completely. And season 1, I was just getting, I'd never written a script before. I've never animated before, so I appreciate that. But he said, it feels like lazy writing for the most part and very rushed. You're probably right. I have no defense against that. I am literally just getting started doing this type of filmmaking thing, and half the time I'm writing the script, I'm just like, this looks so dumb. But you know what? You just got to go through it and make the best of it, because it is what it is. I alter the script a little bit, and the voice actors, sometimes we change a little bit of things. As long as the overall core of the story is what I'm going for, then that's it. So yeah, you're probably right. In agreement. Needs more action. I think I already explained that. There is more action this season. we just have a lot more characters, a lot more character development going through. At least I'm trying to do character development, since we have, you know, like Mariko, Johnny Shotgun Sullivan, Kelda, we're expanding on Kurak, Kimoshi. There's a lot, and there's a lot of other minor characters that like you see a glimpse of them in season 2, you'll see a lot more of them in season 3, and as well as expanding on the characters of the Airborne Elite. So I mean, it's gonna take some dialogue, it's gonna take some talking. I try to do it as less and concise as possible and try not to have them repeat themselves, but I make mistakes. It happens. Okay, so yeah. Hopefully you have some more sequences planned, but man, this series is really boring so far. Like I said, it's your opinion, and that's great. And you know, I have some advice to you, Owlman66. I'm just gonna say, sir. I'm hoping you're a sir, because Owlman, that seems like you're a guy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Here's a thought. Like I said at the beginning, it seems like you care enough to critique it, and that's fine. I have no problem with people being absolutely negative about it. Like I said, thick skin, whatever. But I know for future seasons, after season 3, and I take, you know, a break doing that, and we move on to seasons 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the future, I plan to assemble a writing team, because right now it's just me. It's just me doing that, and I already have some people lined up. But Mman166, I'll put my email in the description below of this video. If you want to write to me and sign up to be part of this writing staff, so be part of this writing staff or writing team to implement your ideas in the coming seasons, I invite you to, by all means, please. And this goes for anyone who has a love of HeroScape, who might want to be involved in the story. And I mean, ultimately, I'll make the ultimate decision. But believe me, I love people's ideas, because I don't know enough about HeroScape to know everything about it. That's why I try and get insight from as many people as possible into the characters, into the lore, and try and integrate it as much as I can. So by all means, come join the team if you want to. Write to me. I would love to have you on board. So that is basically it. So like I said, and most everybody's comments are like really good, and the people who stay on, who like it a lot. So keep the comments coming. Really, I mean, I got thick skin. I can handle it, and I might talk about it in the future, or I might talk about your comment in the future. So feel free, please do. All right, so now that I got that off my chest, I feel a lot better. Hi, thank you for listening. Okay, so let's get started with this. Now we're just gonna edit just a little bit tonight. So I just want to finish getting this cut, so we get to get a glimpse into what we're doing. So this is pre, you know, adding visual effects. It's just getting the raw video cut, and you can see here later I have to add, like, I have a shot where I'm gonna add the air elemental basically being in the same space as Toothpick, and then being pulled out and then becoming visible right here. So something I might do next week. I'll show you guys. And there's one other thing I want to talk about too is I do live stream on Saturday, which I'm playing video games, and one thing I did, hopefully the quality of this live stream is okay, because I've adjusted some things, because I noticed the quality of my video game playing wasn't that great. It was very choppy, and even what I recorded into my computer was very bad, so I might have to re-record some things to put in my vlog channel. So hopefully it turns out okay. But I am adjusting those settings, so please work with me. And plus, internet's only, you know, whatever good. Okay, so let me focus on this. Okay, so we got them pulling out. Okay, So we got Kurok there. We got them there. And yeah, pulling out. Okay. And then we need to move this. So Kurok's about to go into a big tangent. Spiel. Talking. Monologuing. Bad guys monologuing. How cliche. Alright, so let's see here. When he starts talking. Alright, so he just needs to. And he's going to be using like the power. Like power is going to be emanating from his staff. Okay, I think we can just move this a little bit more.
I am Kurok, the
He's really belting it out. Mr. Charles Johnson. Good voice actor. He's got his own YouTube channel too. I might put it in the description below since I'm talking about him. The thing I like to do is promoting other people's channels, other people's work. Yeah, I think that's fine. It matches up. Alright, so...
I am Kurok, the Elementalist. All of you belong to me. Good luck trying to escape. Cannot use your power while I have you in my extracting spell.
See, I'm actually gonna cut it here and try and get it to where he is absolutely still. Let's see, okay. Let's see if we can do it here. Get it before he moves. Let's see if that works.
Cannot use your power while I have you in my extracting spell.
Almost. Okay. A lot of spoilers here, but you know what? That's alright. I don't mind spoiling things a little bit.
You cannot use your power while I have you in my extracting spell.
Okay, oh, okay, there's still a lot more. Okay, so. So here we're gonna move a lot more up. Let's see
Have you in my extracting spell.
Okay, yeah, still more to go. This here.
Power while I have you in my extracting spell.
Boom. Okay. I think that looks good. Alright, so got this down. You see the water elemental here? See, it's going like. I have too much fun with these things. Alright, so what's next is. Got this. so might have to cut that. Alright, we'll see. Alright. See what we need. Okay, so there's Sujo again. Just going to pause it there. Then really get a good close-up of them here, I believe. Yep. Okay, almost done with this. Take a drink. Okay. Okay, so we need them there, I think. I think right there is fine. Link this because I don't need this bottom part. Boom. Okay, and then we just have the toothpick at the end here. Being like, oh boy, what do we do?
Uh-oh.
Need to make sure, okay, moves right there.
Uh-oh.
And boom. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I have him. Actually, we're gonna cut this together. Hold on. Okay. Wait till he stops. Alright. Yeah. So yeah, last week for the live stream, it's funny because I had like promoted it. I was putting it on these websites, and I noticed that people were starting to hop on when I was trying to start the live stream, but it was just it wasn't going to happen. I was really upset with my internet company that night. Yeah, it was very disappointing, but at least we got a little bit of commentary tonight, so I'll be able to post that up there. When things go wrong, you know, they'll go wrong.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I think I can work with that.
Uh-oh.
Boom. Okay. So, let's see here. So what is the length? How long is episode 8 going to be? About 6 minutes exactly. Well, a little over 6 minutes. Pretty much 6 minutes to a T. So, okay, let's save. Now, excuse me a second. Okay, had a burp. Now, I got a lot of work to do. Before I start adding special effects, there's actually a lot of these sequences that are going to require a lot of effects that have a lot of parts that are actually... There's a lot of cuts, like here. right here, the air elemental needs to be seen, and I do have like a clip to put in for that, but instead of making composite shots for each single clip shot, what I'm going to do is just render this all together and then replace these clipped edits of the video with just one, so I can work with one. And I'm going to do that with a lot. I noticed there's just a lot of shots that I've like had to clip apart for the sake of just making everything a bit smoother and not pause for too long. There's a lot I need to edit and look through and just render and then replace to set up the composite shots. So that's going to take me some time to do. It'll take me into next week, and then just starting to get the all the sound effects and the audios then righted right on the other audio editing software that I have. So yeah, got work cut out for us. I don't think this is going to be a 2-week edit like the previous episode. It might be 3. It might be another 2 weeks because it's been a week already. Might be another 2 to 3 weeks before this episode gets released. But who knows? I might be able to work my butt off and get it done within a week or two. And so instead of not next Wednesday but the Wednesday after, we might be live streaming the episode. We'll see. We'll see if I can do this in another 2 weeks, but I don't know, it might take a little bit longer. But then, who knows? I don't know my own skill maybe sometimes. Anyway, so, well, what I thought was going to be a short live stream, which kind of is still, went to 30 minutes, so that's not bad for tonight. Just trying to think if there's anything else I gotta say. My knowledge and wisdom, anything in my head. Not that I can't talk about next week, I don't think. But so with that, yeah, I'm Ryan, and for those of you who are watching this on the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page, this is just the edited down version of this live stream. If you want to see the full, uninterrupted, unedited version of this live stream, go to a link in the description below, which will take you to the full live stream on our Conductor Productions YouTube page. And you can see everything I talk about there, because I do talk about quite a bit of stuff. There's some stuff in this live stream that I might edit out, like my comment rant. I might just have it actually as its own little video, and do some fine editing for that, so it might come out later. Yeah, with that, I guess I will say good night, and we'll see you guys this Saturday when we try and attempt to do more live stream gaming. It's a work in progress, I've noticed, so we'll see how it goes. But thank you everybody for watching, and those of you watching on YouTube, and feel free, like I said, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing or what you think of the series, where we can go in the future. And I will see you guys on Saturday and next Wednesday. Later. Have a good night.